If you feel like your mind has been dragged through the week, if your attention is shredded, your sleep is shallow, and even simple tasks feel heavier than they should, you don't need another productivity hack. You need a reset, not a soft one. Not take a bath and light a candle. A real reset, the kind that shocks your nervous system back into clarity. The kind that makes Monday feel like you've been reborn. Because right now, you're not tired from effort. You're tired from noise. And if you're honest, you already know what the noise is. It's the endless scrolling you call rest. The messages that never stop. The background videos playing while you eat. The constant checking, just in case something happened. Your brain never truly closes its fist. It's always half open, reaching for the next hit of information. So, here's what you're going to do. A 48-hour mental reset. A weekend intensive. A digital detox. A warrior immersion. Not to escape your life, but to return to it with your spine straight. In Japan, there's an old concept called Misogi, a ritual purification. Historically, it meant washing away what clings to you: mental fog, emotional residue, the dirt of distraction, so you can stand clean before the world again. Misogi isn't about becoming zen, it's about becoming sharp, clear, dangerous in the best way. This weekend, you're going to perform Misogi for your mind. And I'm going to warn you right now, the first phase will feel uncomfortable. You might even feel bored, restless, irritated. Good. That's withdrawal. That's proof your attention has been conditioned to need constant stimulation. You're not broken. You're detoxing. By the end of these 48 hours, you'll feel 3 changes. Your thoughts will slow down enough for you to hear yourself again. Your body will feel calmer, like it finally got permission to exhale. And your willpower will come back online, not because you forced it, but because you stopped bleeding it out through 1,000 tiny leaks. Let's begin. The first rule is simple, and it's non-negotiable. For 48 hours, your phone becomes a tool again, not a slot machine. That means you're going to do a hard boundary detox. No social media, no short-form videos, no just checking, no news feed. No endless messaging. If you need your phone for calls, maps, or a specific essential message, you use it with intention and you put it back down. If you can't trust yourself, you don't try harder. You build friction. You delete the apps for the weekend. You log out. You turn the screen grayscale. You put the phone in another room. You tell one person you're doing this so you can't quietly cheat without feeling it. You're not doing this because technology is evil. You're doing this because your mind has been turned into a public hallway. Anyone can walk through. Any notification can interrupt your inner life. And discipline can't grow in a place with no silence. Now the structure. This reset is a weekend intensive, which means it needs a container. You're not floating through 2 days, hoping you feel better. You're stepping into a deliberate immersion. Here's the system. Phase 1, Friday night, severing. Phase 2, Saturday warrior day. Phase 3, Sunday integration and sharpening. Friday night is where you cut the cord and prepare the field. The biggest reason people fail at a digital detox is they don't replace the stimulus with anything. They remove the drug and leave a vacuum. Then the vacuum screams. So you're going to plan your replacements now, before the discomfort hits. Friday evening, choose a cutoff time, ideally as soon as you can. When you hit that time, you send one final message to anyone whom I worry. Short, clean. I'm doing a 48-hour reset. I'll be offline. If it's urgent, call twice. Then you stop explaining. You don't negotiate. Then you prepare your environment like a warrior cleaning his blade. You clean one key space: your room, your desk, or your kitchen. Not the entire house, one zone that will become your base. As you clean, you're not just moving objects, you're removing mental friction. Every cluttered surface is an open loop in your brain. You want fewer open loops. Next, you set 3 physical anchors for the weekend: pen and paper, a real book, and a way to move your body shoes for walking, a mat, a simple weight, anything. Then you sleep earlier than usual. That's not optional, because your brain cannot reset if your sleep stays poisoned. Now Saturday. Saturday is the immersion, the warrior day. This is where you feel the detox most and where you win your mind back. You wake up and you do not reach for your phone, not to check the time, not to check messages. You get up, drink water, and you go outside within the first 30 minutes, even if it's cold, even if it's gray. Your brain needs daylight to lock in its rhythm again. You teaching your body what time it is without a screen. Then comes your first act of discipline, movement before information. A warrior doesn't begin the day consuming the world. He begins the day commanding himself. Do 20 minutes of deliberate movement. Walk fast, run, do body weight training, stretch with intensity. The exact method doesn't matter. The point is to remind your nervous system that you are an animal, not just a mind trapped behind glass. After that, no dopamine breakfast. That means no sugar spike, no junk, no reward meal to replace scrolling. Eat simple protein, something grounded. Your body is part of your mind. If you treat your body like chaos, your mind will follow. Now the core of Saturday is what I call the 3-block reset. Block 1, silence. Block 2, deep work. Block 3, hardship. Silence comes first, because you can't hear the truth about your life when the volume is always on. For 1 full hour, you do nothing that gives you novelty. No music, no podcasts, no videos, no music, no podcasts, no videos, no learning, just you, a notebook, and your breath. And here's the trick. Your mind will try to run. It will manufacture cravings. It will bring up random memories. It will urge you to check something. Don't fight the thoughts like an enemy. Watch them like clouds. When the urge hits, write it down. Urge to scroll. Urge to check. Fear of missing out. Then return to stillness. At some point, the noise will thin, and under it, you'll find what you've been avoiding, a decision you need to make, a conversation you've been delaying, a goal you've been treating like a fantasy instead of a contract. Let it surface, let it sting. That sting is clarity returning. Then deep work. For 2 hours, you do 1 meaningful task you've been procrastinating. 1, not 10. Something that moves your life forward. A piece of writing. Planning your finances. Building a skill. Studying for something real. Cleaning up a mess you've ignored. This is not catching up. This is reclaiming power. And you do it without dopamine. No background entertainment. No switching tabs for comfort. If you get bored, good. Boredom is the doorway to depth. Now hardship. This is where the warrior immersion becomes real. You need a controlled dose of difficulty, because comfort has been your drug. And the antidote to comfort addiction is voluntary hardship. Choose 1 hardship practice for Saturday afternoon. A long walk with no audio. A hard training session. A cold shower. A hike. A sauna followed by cold. Fasting until dinner. Something safe but challenging. Something that makes you face the voice that says, stop. When that voice appears, you don't argue with it. You label it, the comfort voice. And you continue, because that voice has been steering your life in small ways for years. Saturday evening is recovery, not relapse. You eat a solid dinner. You talk to someone you care about in real conversation if possible, face to face or at least a call. And then you spend the last hour of the day with something that restores you without hijacking you. A book, a slow stretch, a journal. Before bed, you do 1 powerful exercise. You write 2 lists. List 1, what drained me this week. List 2, what gave me strength this week. Most people never do this. They just survive the week and then numb out. But a warrior reviews the battlefield. You need to see what is costing you. Then you sleep early again. Now, Sunday. Sunday is integration. This is where you turn the reset into a new operating system instead of a one-time cleanse that fades by Tuesday. You begin Sunday the same way. No phone, water, light, movement. Then you do the most important part of the entire weekend, the life design hour. You ask yourself 3 questions and you answer them brutally. First, what am I tolerating that is quietly destroying my respect for myself? Second, what is one commitment I've been avoiding that would change my trajectory? Third, what will I do every day this week, even when I'm tired? Your answers must be concrete, not be better, not work harder. Specific behaviors. Then you create a simple weekly code, 3 rules only, not 12. 3. Example 1. No social media before noon. 2. Train 3 times this week, minimum 20 minutes. 3. 1 hour of deep work daily on the main goal. A code is powerful because it eliminates negotiation. You're tired of negotiating with yourself. You're tired of pleading with your future. A code ends the conversation. Now, before you reintroduce digital life, you set your defenses. This is where most people fail. They do a detox, then they return to the same environment and act surprised when the addiction wakes back up. So Sunday afternoon, you build a digital dojo. You remove the most addictive apps from your home screen. You turn off non-essential notifications. You unfollow accounts that spike envy or agitation. You decide a specific window for checking messages and email, and you create one sacred block every day, at least 30 minutes, where your phone is in another room. You're not trying to become a monk. You're trying to become a monk. You're trying to become a master. Now let's talk about the mistakes that will sabotage this weekend, so you don't walk into the trap. Mistake 1. You attempt to detox but keep just one loophole. Just YouTube. Just Instagram messages. Just news. One loophole becomes a pipeline. Your brain will use it to sneak the addiction back in. If you're going to reset, reset. Mistake 2. You make the weekend about pleasure. You treat detox like vacation. So you replace scrolling with binge eating, binge shopping, binge gaming, binge sleeping. That's not a reset. That's a different kind of numb. Mistake 3. You isolate completely. A warrior is not a lone ghost. One real conversation this weekend matters. Your mind resets faster when your nervous system feels safe with another human. Mistake 4. You try to do a perfect transformation. You make a massive schedule and then fail to follow it, and you call it proof you can't change. Stop. This is a reset, not a rebirth ceremony. Do the main blocks. Keep it clean. Win the essentials. Mistake 5. You go back online Sunday night and catch up for hours. That's like fasting for 2 days and then eating until you're sick. Re-entry must be controlled. Now I'm going to tell you what this weekend is really about. It's not about deleting apps. It's not about becoming productive. It's about becoming the kind of person who can stand in silence without reaching for an escape, because the person you become in silence is the person you really are. And if you can handle that, you can handle your life. So here is your specific action step. Right after this ends, open your calendar and block the next weekend 48 hours. Pick the start time, then write a single sentence and commit to it. This weekend, I will complete a 48-hour Misogi reset, no social media, no short-form video, and I will do the 3-block reset on Saturday. Then tell one person, just one, make it real. And when the discomfort hits, when your hand reaches for the phone without thinking, don't panic. Smile slightly, because that moment is the training ground. That moment is where your mind comes back under your command. You don't need more motivation. You need a clean weekend, a hard boundary, and a warrior's code. Now tell me in the comments, what will be the hardest part for you during the 48-hour reset? And what's your one anchor rule for the week after?